These children, they're blessed because the way I look at Dorofo, the aunties love the babies. They take them like they're our own children.
In Johannesburg, we are faced with many social problems: prostitution, drug abuse, alcohol abuse, illegal immigrants, teenage pregnancies. All of this factors adding to abandonment being on the increase.
Dorovope exists to save the lives of abandoned babies. I have three concerns at the moment. The one is that abandonment is on the increase. The second is that adoptions are on the decrease. We're down by 50% from previous stats. And the third thing that concerns me is a new legislation coming in which will make it much more difficult to adopt and slow down the adoption process. That's the reason we want to start a children's village.
I had a special boy, and at 7 months we discovered that he wasn't using his legs and something was wrong. The doctor said that his brain didn't know he had legs, and if we don't help him, he would be in a wheelchair. And we exercised him often, and he cried because it was unfamiliar to him. And so for many months, for 12 months, we walked with him. He often came to my office where I was and walk with him and just spoil him a bit. And a week before he left for his adoptive parents, he started to walk on his own. When I took him to hand him over to his parents, he actually walked towards them. And for me, that was a lovely achievement that somehow we've saved this little boy from a wheelchair.
One day a baby was thrown just shortly after birth in a dumpster in Hillbrow, and the rats started eating him. Someone heard him screaming and they saved him and took him to the hospital. Certain parts of his body had been chewed off and other parts had just been chewed on. And so my social worker came and she said to me, "There's a baby at the hospital and nobody wants him." I said, "I want him, go and fetch him." And so she went and fetched him, she brought him to me. As I held him in my arms and looked down on the sorrowful little boy, he had the biggest, saddest eyes, and he stank from the suppuration of his wounds. But as we worked with him, and as he went to a wonderful family who cared for him, a year later he went up for adoption. He was a little boy. So from being a little boy that nobody wanted, a lot of people wanted him.
We are facing many challenges in our nation and in the world. There is a lot of darkness around us, but we must never forget that where there is great challenges, there is also great opportunity. So we want to do something amazing for God and for the vulnerable children in our land. We want to create a children's village where these children can grow up with people who love them and care for them and nurture them. You can be part of bringing hope to these children. Why not see how you can get involved?